This woman lived for 20 years without ever seeing what a man looked like because she grew up on a paradise island isolated from the world. The entire island is inhabited only by women, and her mother is the queen of the island. You might have many questions about why the island is all women, so let us introduce you to this world. At the beginning of creation, the father of the gods, Zeus, created humans for the world, which aroused the jealousy of Ares, the god of war. Thus, wars evolved. To quell the wars, Zeus created the Amazons, the women on the Paradise Island, to use love to influence humans, but they ultimately became slaves to mankind. Zeus had to send artifacts to protect them, but they were all killed by Ares. Zeus had no choice but to drive her away, but he knew that Ares would come back for revenge sooner or later. To protect the Amazon, Zeus created this Paradise Island and left a holy sword capable of killing gods. The protagonist, Anna, was very curious about this god-killing weapon. Her mother took her to the Holy Land to see the sword. Looking at the holy sword, she seemed to understand that she had an extraordinary mission. From then on, Anna trained with the warriors every day. Through day after day of training, Anna gradually grew up and became stronger, even defeating her teacher who had been training her. One day she came to the beach to relax, and suddenly a fighter plane broke through the barrier. Seeing the crashing plane, Anna jumped into the sea and rescued the pilot. When the man saw Anna, he was stunned. He had never seen such a beautiful woman. Before he could recover, a group of German soldiers broke through the barrier and launched an attack. The Amazons, fully armed, fought back against the Germans, but they were still using primitive bows and arrows. Despite their incredible fighting skills, they could not easily defeat the Germans' advanced artillery. After a fierce battle, the Amazons defeated the enemy, but suffered heavy losses. When things calmed down, the people wanted to kill the pilot who had brought disaster, but Anna stopped them. To uncover the truth, they used a magical rope to bind the man, and under its influence, he revealed the truth. The man's name was Steve, and he was a spy hiding among the Germans. Recently, he discovered that the German commander, Lao Zhang, and an evil doctor were secretly researching biochemical weapons. Once the experiment succeeded, millions would die, and the war would never end. To stop them, he stole the doctor's notebook and was then ordered to be chased, which led to the recent events. Steve told the Amazons that a world war was breaking out outside. Diana believed it was all caused by the god of war, Ares. To save humanity from war, she stole the holy sword and shield under the cover of night and left the Paradise Island with Steve, despite her mother's opposition. Without the notebook, the doctor could not continue the experiment and had to sign a ceasefire agreement. However, Lao Zhang was unwilling and ordered the doctor to continue the research. Lao Zhang then diluted a mysterious potion, which greatly enhanced his physical strength. After taking a sip of the potion, his face glowed faintly, and his strength increased significantly. By chance, the doctor found the key to the research in discarded drafts, and the biochemical gas was successfully produced. After 3 days and nights of drifting across the sea, the protagonist finally arrived in England. Steve urgently sought his superior officer to request an attack on the German experimental base, but the Germans had already surrendered and were preparing to sign a ceasefire agreement, with no plans to take further action against the Germans. Helpless, Steve secretly formed his own small team, but without funding, everything was in vain. At this time, a lord appeared before everyone and handed Steve a thick stack of money. Believing that the Germans would not surrender easily, he was willing to fund their mission to destroy the Germans. Thus, a 4-man team set off to the front line. Seeing the misery along the way, Anna was filled with sympathy. She could only quicken her pace to resolve Ares as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the doctor, to prevent the Germans from signing the ceasefire agreement, threw newly developed gas bombs directly into the high-level meeting room. Watching people corroded by the gas, the two laughed heartily. The 4 finally reached the front line, but to break through the siege, they had to pass through a dangerous area. On the other side of the area, the Germans were watching intently. Anna wanted to save them, but Steve believed it was suicide to try to break through the German defenses. But a hero is a hero. Anna removed her cloak, raised the holy sword and shield, and charged out like a war god. Facing the rain of bullets, Anna remained calm, blocking the incoming bullets with a wave of her hand, stunning everyone. Under increasingly fierce fire, she was unable to advance. Steve and the other three rushed forward to assist, successfully blasting the Germans away. All the soldiers, seeing victory in sight, raised their weapons and charged toward the German garrison. The Germans resisted desperately, but Anna used her immense strength to destroy the ground forces. Steve's team was also unwilling to be outdone. After eliminating the ground forces, they looked up to see a sniper in the bell tower attacking without restraint. With the help of the others, Anna leaped towards the bell tower, causing it to collapse instantly. Everyone cheered, finally escaping the clutches of evil. Steve called to inquire about the location of the German headquarters. Lao Zhang and the doctor were planning to hold a ball before the ceasefire. He quickly realized this must be a lie, but Anna believed that Lao Zhang was Ares. On the day of the ball, Steve disguised himself as a German officer and sneaked into the venue, approaching the evil doctor to find out the location of the gas bombs. At this time, Anna also snuck into the venue, her beauty deeply attracting Lao Zhang, and they danced together. Just as he was about to make a move, Steve stopped him, and his plan was put on hold again. With a loud bang, Lao Zhang threw a gas bomb into the village. Anna chased the direction of the launch. Angry, Anna found the enemy commander. After he took a sip of the strength-enhancing potion, they instantly engaged in combat. Despite his great skills, he could not withstand a strike from the holy sword. Anna looked up and realized that the commander's death did not stop the war. She finally understood her mother's words. The human world was not worth saving. Just as the disappointed Anna turned to leave, a familiar figure appeared behind her. It was Steve's superior. He spoke haltingly, saying that humanity was doomed to destruction, so he was the real Ares. He knew well the weakness, cruelty, and selfishness of humans, and secretly incited Lao Zhang and the doctor to create biochemical weapons. He wanted to prove to the gods how evil and vile humans were. In anger, Anna stabbed Ares with the holy sword, but it turned to ashes. Ares told Anna that the real god-killing weapon was not the holy sword. Only gods could kill gods, and Anna was the true god-killing weapon. Meanwhile, Steve and his team found the gas bomb with a timed device. With the bomb about to explode, Steve rushed onto the plane, deciding to sacrifice himself to detonate the gas bomb in the sky. Anna and Ares also started fighting. Anna was beaten repeatedly, falling to the ground. Just then, in the dark night, a huge fire lit up, and the plane and biochemical gas turned to ashes. Witnessing everything, Anna completely broke down. Her immense grief unleashed her divine power, and she launched a fierce attack on the enemy. Seeing the defeated doctor, Ares continued to confuse her, telling her to kill the doctor. Remembering her moments with Steve, Anna chose to believe in humanity. Seeing this, Ares summoned a thunderbolt to strike her, but the lightning did not harm Anna. Instead, she absorbed it. The world finally returned to peace and light. Anna made the ultimate decision to stay and continue protecting humanity. Today's story ends here. Finally, we ask everyone, which hero do you think Anna resembles? Leave your answer in the comments and see you next time.